I boo-hooed. I said, oh, the club put me in there. No. I put myself in there. I did what I had to do as a Hell's Angel.
You know, my daddy always, if you got in a fight and you came home with a bloody nose, did you hit him back? If you didn't hit him back, Dad put you in the car and took you back over there and told you going up in that yard and get your shit done and be a man.
They got their walls drove through by gangs, by the FBI gang, and all that shit happened to that chapter, right? Like those guys go through their being a big motorcycle club, even sometimes just being a small motorcycle club, you go through your.
A lot of people that have come in have seen definitely a change in the club and the direction that the club is going.
I looked out my window and you could see a body laying out in front. And here's this dude running around up there with no, just had his sweatshirt on. And he tells me he's a Hell's Angel. Even after all that, I still wanted to join the Hell's Angels.
People out there, man, that are just natural followers. And they just fall right in line with that type of program. But not 1%ers, man. 1%ers don't ask permission.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin With Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about another pagan pleaded guilty in the Wawa shooting. We got a lot of other things to talk about. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin With Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. We got a lot of great interviews lined up for you. You know, a lot of people have been asking questions for me to ask Harley Gwendon. So I was like, I'm just gonna ask him to come on again. So I interviewed him again. And I asked him a whole bunch of questions that all you guys been asking. You guys have been putting them in the comments. So I asked him all the questions that you guys been asking. So that one's going to be dropping soon. Next week, we have former Hell's Angel Chris came back on the show. Shout out to Chris. The author of High, Scott Anthony, is on the show. We got Jimmy Maxwell. If you guys don't know who he is, he was on Lockup Raw, and I almost got away with it. He is pretty legendary over in Oklahoma. He was in the federal system. He was on the podcast. First podcast ever. Let me show you guys.
My name is Jimmy Maxwell, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
So that one's going to be dropping soon. That's a really good one. He tells some pretty crazy stories. If you've seen I Almost Got Away With It or Lock Up Raw, crazy story. His son is in prison. He has a book out called American Outlaw. Go check it out. It's a really good book. And we got Tweaker TV is coming up on the roster. And then we got Rusty Dusty is going to be doing an interview soon. So stay tuned for all of those interviews that are going to be dropping right here only on Chattin With Staxx. Let me give a couple shout outs. Matt, thank you for getting a membership. I appreciate it. You will not be disappointed. Lindsay, thank you for joining me. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. Ra-Ra's in the building. How you doing, Ra-Ra? East Coast Les Lethal, how you doing, bro? Hey, guys, hope everyone's doing great. Have a great day. Thank you. Jason, what's good? Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me today. Herman, what's going on? Pepper's in the building. Shout out to British Columbia. We got a lot of people from Canada watching. We're going to have a lot more because this interview with Harley is pretty good. Got to admit. And I'm not going to break it down into pieces. It's going to be a full interview. You guys could watch the whole thing. It's not going to be part one, part two. I'm just going to put the whole interview out there and you guys can check it out for yourself. I'm working on it right now. I'm probably halfway done, so you guys will get it soon. Al Rose, how you doing? Hope you have a great weekend. You too. Shout out to BC, Canada. Billy, what's good? Reggie, how you doing? BF. Who's that? The Gymster. What's good? We got a new one too. Almost forgot. Me and the Gymster got a new show dropping. I'll be dropping that one soon too. Wilson, happy Friday. Hope everyone has a great Friday. So we had somebody pass away that was pretty influential on Facebook, on the internet. If you guys probably seen his face before. Social Rejects, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. So we had someone pass away, sending condolences to his family. I was pretty shocked when I seen this. I'm not going to lie. Jimmy Valentino passed away. If you guys are on Facebook a lot, you've probably seen him in different circles. But sending prayers to his family. He's a pretty well-known figure on social media. Twin sisterhood. Yeah, we got some more twin sisterhood dropping. We're definitely going to be scraping them dudes. Do you guys think they'll really show up to Sturgis this year? I don't think they will. But anyway, we got a lot of different stories to talk about today. The first one we're going to talk about is Gigi, the Predator Ravito. He's in trouble once again. So he got out on bond, right? He got out on bond on this gambling operation case. Seems like he lied on the bond application. And to make it worse, he told the court that he goes to church every week and that he was awarded the Man of the Year award from church, which is a blatant lie. He is not the Man of the Year. He does not attend church. People at church wrote the court back and said, we don't ever see him at church. We don't know what you're talking about. So they tried to verify some of this information, and it turns out that he lied to the court to get out of jail. So I don't think his being out of prison is going to last much longer. Let's check it out.
Joining us tonight at 5, I'm Brooke Buckner.
And I'm Faith Woodard. Last month, we told you about a lawsuit that alleges a former Bryan police detective was fired for whistleblowing.
And last week, we reported that the bar at the center of...
That's a different one. My bad. Let me get the other one. That we're going to talk about that case, too. So that one got concluded. Check this out. This is despicable.
Restaurant owner Gigi Ravito has potential new legal problems beyond the gambling and extortion charges that he faces in Northwest Indiana.
There are questions now tonight about the claims the Burr Ridge celebrity chef made as he tried to get out on bond from the federal lockup. Investigative reporter Chuck Gowdy joining us with the new information tonight. Chuck?
Stephen Allison, thou shalt not lie about your church is a core belief at Our Lady of Pompeii Shrine in Little Italy. And so when Gigi Ravito was trying to get out on bond in a federal organized crime gambling case, describing himself in court documents as a longtime active member of the parish and even the church man of the year, the parish staff must have been puzzled. None of it, they said, was true.
Wow.
When mob-linked restaurateur Gigi Ravito was arrested, the government wanted him held without bond, but prosecutors dropped their demand to detain Ravito when he put up $1 million cash, in this filing portraying himself as a solid citizen. He and his wife are active members of Our Lady of Pompeii Church, where he was named Man of the Year. The court motion even included this photo of Ravito and his wife with the pastor. The judge granted Ravito's motion for release from jail and put him on an electronic monitor, allowing him to leave home only for work here at Capri Restaurante, despite the fact that Capri figured into some of the charges against him. And then this week came this new motion requesting Ravito also be allowed out for 3 hours to attend Mass every Sunday, restating that Mr. Ravito is a practicing Catholic and a longtime member of his parish community. The regular practice of his faith, including attendance at Sunday Mass, is a central part of his life and is important to his spiritual well-being. Again, prosecutors didn't object. But now the church is objecting. An official of the parish telling us that Ravito's church involvement amounts to writing an annual check and that it's laughable, he claims, to be a weekly parishioner because, quote, he never comes to church, he's never seen in church. And as for that Man of the Year award Ravito claims in court documents to have received, he didn't get it, according to the parish, because they don't have such an award. This isn't the only apparent overstatement of Ravito's community stature. Ravito also claims every Thanksgiving he donates turkeys to the Burr Ridge Police Department. But here at Burr Ridge Police Headquarters, the chief told us Ravito does not donate turkeys every year and actually provided them only once, at least 6 years ago. Providing false information in a court filing is not to be laughed off, according to former federal prosecutor Ron Safer, a frequent NBC Chicago legal analyst. Safer tonight says it amounts to what is known as a fraud of the court, and he says prosecutors should now move to revoke Ravito's bond and send him back to jail. The U.S. attorney declining comment about that. We just received a lengthy statement from Ravito's attorneys who say that Ravito and his wife were married at the parish and are longtime financial supporters of the church, including an extensive renovation that's being unveiled this Sunday. Allison?
Chuck, thank you. More to come, no doubt.
So just because he's a financial supporter of the church, does that mean he gets to lie about different things? Like, no. Does that mean the church should cover for him? No. He gives the church money, and he thinks that, oh, since I give him this money all the time, they'll cover for me, right? No, they're not covering for him. He doesn't go to church every week. I mean, they said it. They never see him at church. Now, why would he say such a thing? Despicable. That's what it is. And this guy has some funny charges on his rap sheet, and all these people are like, "Oh, welcome home, Gigi." Well, when he goes to federal prison, he'll probably be in protected custody because he can't walk on the main yard. Definitely not going to happen because of his funny charges. We'll see what happens, right? It doesn't look too good for him, though. Definitely not. So a lot of people seen one of the posts I made on YouTube. Let me show you guys. And they're freaked out because this is a dude, allegedly. They're like, yo, she's hot. Now, this is a dude that runs a restaurant in Connecticut. And apparently they're having major issues. Let me see here. So, Connecticut restaurant chain owner arrested on felony larceny charges. Now, the name is kind of crazy. I can't even pronounce the name. But they call her Gina. But this is a dude. It's the owner of a popular Connecticut branch restaurant chain, The Place to Be, it's called, which was arrested on charges of second-degree larceny and felony larceny, issuing bad checks. East Hartford Police Department made an arrest following a report of a problematic financial transaction totaling over $10,000. Case details an arrest. The main cause... Gina is accused of writing two separate checks totaling $2,620, $8,291 for a purchase of restaurant equipment Paradise store in East Hartford. When the store attempted to cash the checks, the bank informed them that the account had been closed. The victim claims the store owner, Ken Sherlick, stated that he had repeatedly contacted Gina via phone, text message, certified mail for months to resolve the payment, but was ignored. The store eventually reported it to police after they received no response. Gina's defense in an interview, so now listen to this, claimed he was unaware that the account was closed. You see how they messed up on their wording there, right? Gina claimed he was unaware the account had been closed by the bank due to 6-month inactivity while the restaurant was temporarily closed. Legal developments and business network court proceedings. Gina was detained before being released on a $10,000 bond. He had several initial court appearances in Manchester. Court scheduled a continuation of his criminal case and other financial issues. In addition to the bad checks criminal case, Gina also faces nearly $2 million in debt in New Valley Bank and Trust in Massachusetts. He also faces civil lawsuits, forfeiture of his home, and multiple evictions of his restaurant property, including the Raw Seafood restaurant location in Hartford and a planned bakery in West Hartford. So, man, wear your glasses. Like, don't drink too much and wear your glasses because, I mean, nowadays, just crazy. I mean, this is a guy, okay? Goes by Gina. His name should be Jimmy. Just, it's crazy. I mean, today, this world is insane. Kodak Black's been arrested again, believe it or not. Fucking, this guy just got busted recently, but now he faces charges again of resisting an officer. When I get the details surrounding that case, I'll bring them to you guys. So in other news, we all seen the case about the alleged bandito that owned the bar, right? And he had a party at the bar and a bunch of banditos were there and a fight broke out. Police got called. And then they got in trouble for, I think, serving without a liquor license or something like that. They found this back room. His wife admitted that they have the back room there just for meetings for the alleged club members. Now, this is a picture of him. And he went to court for this infraction. A popular bar in Bryant is now facing intense scrutiny after state regulators handed down fines and probation tied to alleged permit violations involving members of the Bandidos Motorcycle Club. What may have appeared to patrons as an ordinary biker gathering quickly became the focus of a broader regulatory crackdown, as officials accused the establishment of violating rules tied to alcohol permits and public safety obligations. The state authorities say the violations stem from an incident involving Bandidos members at the bar, though details surrounding the gathering and the alleged misconduct have not been fully disclosed publicly. Following the investigation, regulars moved to the establishment with financial sanction. So they are being penalized with financial sanctions while also placing the business on a probationary status. The decision sends a clear warning to venues accused of allowing establishments tied to criminal activity or repeated disturbances for business holding liquor permits. Probation can carry serious consequences. Any additional violations during the probationary period could potentially lead to harsher penalties, including suspension or revocation of the establishment's liquor license. That would destroy a business. Law enforcement agencies across the country have increasingly monitored outlaw motorcycle club activity at bars, rallies, entertainment venues, particularly when authorities believe such locations may become a gathering point for organized criminal groups and violent confrontations. So, I mean, they're making it aware, like they are watching them. The Bandidos Motorcycle Club is recognized as an outlaw biker organization in the world and has long remained under law enforcement scrutiny due to the investigations involving violence, narcotics trafficking, weapon offenses, organized criminal activity. Club members, however, have consistently maintained that the organization is just a motorcycle brotherhood and not a criminal enterprise. For the Bryant establishment, the penalties now placed the business under a microscope. The bar often thrives on an atmosphere of loyalty and local reputation, but once regulars step in, every future incident can carry amplified consequences. The case also reflects the difficult balancing act faced by businesses that cater to biker culture. While motorcycle clubs are a visible part of American road culture, authorities argue that venues must remain vigilant when gatherings risk crossing the line into criminal or disruptive behavior. In Bryant, the message from the regulators was unmistakable. When biker politics enter the bar room, the liquor license may end up on the line too. So, I mean, they could end up losing their liquor license if stuff continues there. I mean, it's crazy. So this is a wild story I found for you guys. So a mayor of a town in South Dakota is serving a life sentence in prison for triple homicide. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. A Centerville, South Dakota man has been sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences in prison without the possibility of parole for murder of 3 people in 2024. 65-year-old Jay Ulstorm was sentenced on Thursday, May 14th, in McCook County Courthouse in Salem. He'd been found guilty of 3 counts of first-degree murder in March. The sentence comes from a triple homicide, May 27, 2024, at the residence in Centerville. The victims in the murder were identified as 26-year-old Paul Frankus, 21-year-old Zachary Frankus, 35-year-old Timothy Richmond. This sentence provides justice for the families of the 3 victims, who we kept in our thoughts. The Attorney General says these complex cases would not have been successful without the tireless effort of law enforcement and officers and prosecutors. The case was prosecuted by South Dakota Attorney General's office. So it seems to me like 2 of these people are brothers, but I don't know the whole ins and outs of the case. I just thought it was pretty crazy that a former mayor was being sentenced to life in prison. Like, what the hell? Where the fuck do they do that at? The fucking mayor gets a life sentence? Insane. Let's see here. We got a motorcycle accident to talk about. Motorcyclist in critical condition after Dayton crash. I believe this is Dayton, Ohio. Motorcyclist was critically injured after being thrown from his bike in a crash on Thursday. The crash was reported around 1:30 p.m. in the area of Riverside Drive and Ryburn Avenue. The initial investigation revealed the motorcyclist was speeding, lost control, and flipped over a guardrail. The motorcyclist was flown down an embankment, and he was taken to Miami Valley Hospital in critical condition. The crash remains under investigation. I mean, you guys already know. You got to be very careful. Be aware of your surroundings. All right, we got another crash. Well, I'm going to show you guys a video of that one, though. Let me see.
All right, breaking overnight, one person is dead after a motorcycle crash in St. Louis County. This happened around 1 a.m. on eastbound Interstate 64 between Ballas and Spady. And according to the Highway Patrol crash report, a 20-year-old man died after hitting a guardrail. Troopers say that he was wearing a helmet. Overnight, we did go through some of the state's crash data. This is at least the 26th motorcycle death this year. But when we look at just compared to the same time frame over the last few years.
And you see, it's only May, and there's already 26 deaths. Or is that deaths or crashes? I think that's deaths. Already 26 in May? That's crazy. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. And look at all these years. It seems like this year is going to be the most, probably, right?
We found that it's the lowest number of deadly motorcycle crashes in at least 5 years.
Yeah, during that time, they must be just talking about that time period, right? But damn, 26, and it's only May? That's kind of a lot. I would think it would be a lot, right? Fucking crazy, man. You got to be careful. Because cars don't care. People are on their phone. I noticed a lot more lately. I'm at a stop sign the other day. I beat the horn, and this lady is like pointing at her phone like I'm on the phone. Oh, I wanted to get out of the car. But you can't do that type of shit, right? She got mad that I beat the horn. Get the fuck out of here. You're on the phone. Get off the road. You're not even supposed to hold your phone at a stop sign. There's a new law in Connecticut that you cannot hold your phone in your hand, even if you're stopped in the car, even if you're pulled over on the side of the road. I think you have to get out of the car or something because there's a new law that you cannot have your phone in your hand. Like if you stop at a stop sign and you're on your phone like this, even if you're checking GPS, they can still give you a ticket. They don't care. They're not splitting hairs anymore. If you have your phone in your hand, you're gonna get in trouble, and it's a pretty big fine. And if they keep catching you, I know people who've been caught like 6 times. They end up suspending your license. You end up getting in a lot of trouble. It's just not worth it. So we're gonna talk about a situation up in Boston that happened. So a member of the Asian Boys has been sentenced to 11 years in federal prison for his role in conspiracy to distribute counterfeit pills containing methamphetamine that resembled Adderall. So this dude was selling fake pills that resembled Adderall, but they were fake. I mean, that's insane. That is crazy that someone would do that. 18-year-old. No, that's different. According to the United States Attorney's Office in Massachusetts, 30-year-old Isaac Lyons of Lowell was sentenced to 11 years in prison, followed by 5 years supervised release. Federal officials say Lyons was convicted in January 2026 of conspiracy to distribute, possess, and intent to distribute 500 grams or more of methamphetamine. He had been indicted in January 2025 alongside co-conspirators and other alleged gang associates. Authorities said the investigation into the Asian Boys gang began in 2021, focused on distribution and manufacturing and distribution of large quantities of methamphetamine pills in the Lowell area. Prosecutors said Lyons brokered deals involving counterfeit methamphetamine pills that he referred to as oranges and ads between December 2022 and February 2023. Investigators say Lyons participated in a conspiracy to sell the pills in units of 1,000, which were allegedly known as G-Packs. According to prosecutors, Lyons and his co-conspirators sold 4 G-Packs containing approximately 4,000 pills weighing about 1.3 kilograms of methamphetamine. Officials said that one of the customers involved in the transaction was actually an undercover law enforcement agent. Authorities said Lyons worked with 2 other Asian boy gang members who used encrypted messaging applications, including Signal, to coordinate drug deals. In one message cited by prosecutors, Lyons allegedly told co-conspirators that the pills cost $1,200 per pack, which prosecutors said intentionally spelled with 2 C's to refer to as Crip gang affiliation. Federal officials said Lyons purchased the pills for $1,000 per pack and profited $250 on each transaction he arranged. Authorities said the investigation received assistance from the Massachusetts State Police as well as departments from blah, blah, blah. But that's pretty crazy. Throw your life away for what? For nothing? For $1? For $250? Times 4? That ain't worth it. I mean, I don't see how any of that seems worth it, right? Doesn't seem worth it to me. Anyway, there's more fatal accidents. Fatal motorcycle crash reported in North Abalone. This is out of Texas. A fatal crash occurred Thursday afternoon in North Abalone. The crash happened at the intersection of Pine Street and Adson Avenue. Police said an SUV was northbound on Pine Street and turning onto Adson Avenue when the SUV and the motorcycle collided. The police said the motorcyclist was pronounced dead at the scene. No other injuries were reported. I mean, this is too common. You have to be very careful out there nowadays. Napa motorcycle crash. Victim died on her birthday. A motorcycle passenger ejected onto the Highway 12 during a crash Tuesday was struck by a passing vehicle, died of her injuries on her birthday. Sheriff's office identified Brittany Rankins, 36 years old, of Sacramento. The California Highway Patrol in Napa area. Officers responded to the fatal crash at 2:52 p.m. or 1:52 p.m. on May 12th on the eastbound Highway of 12, east of Kelly Road. They said the motorcyclist was splitting lanes in traffic when it collided with a black Honda that was traveling in the right lane. The crash impact ejected Rankins onto the roadway where she was hit by another car. CHP said the driver of the 2 vehicles remained at the scene and cooperated with investigation. The crash shut down the roadway for 90 minutes. And this is an active investigation. I mean, that's crazy. It was her birthday. Like, what are the chances of that? A man was airlifted with serious injuries in a motorcycle crash in El Paso, Sunland Park line. This is out of New Mexico in Sunland Park. A man in his 20s was airlifted to the hospital in serious injuries following a motorcycle crash on Country Club Road in El Paso, Sunland Park. According to the city of Sunland Park, the crash happened at Country Club Road between Crawford Road and Westside Drive. Sunland Fire Department said the man was flown to the hospital with serious injuries. The crash shut down Country Club Road as crews cleared the crash area. They didn't say anything else. I mean, this is all too common. State police investigate fatal motorcycle crash. This is in Schuylkill. A deadly motorcycle crash in Schuylkill County is under investigation. They say a 53-year-old James Lake of Burnsville lost control on a curve along Mountain Road on Wednesday afternoon. Investigators say the bike overturned and crossed the road before crashing. Lake was wearing a helmet and was taken to the hospital where he later died. See, it doesn't matter if you have a helmet on sometimes. It just doesn't matter. You know, it's just far too often this stuff happens. So let's get to the topic at hand. Another Pagan Motorcycle Club member has pleaded guilty in the Wawa case. So there was 5 defendants left. These were the 5 defendants, but bam, the guy on the top left has pleaded guilty in the case. I mean, they're just going like dropping like flies. Pew, pew, pew. This is the defendant. He has accepted his role in the alleged incident at the Wawa. He goes by the name of Machete. He pleads guilty. Pagan biker admits to his role in a violent Wawa showdown with rival riders. Confrontation between rival motorcycle clubs in the parking lot of a suburban convenience store has led to another guilty plea in Montgomery County. The most explosive biker gang cases, it says. Authorities confirmed that Manuel Santos, known within biker circles as Machete, has pleaded guilty to aggravated assault charges connected to a violent clash involving members of the Pagans Motorcycle Club and a rival bikers at the Wawa in West Norriton Township. The plea marks another major development in the case. Prosecutors say expose dangerous volatility of outlaw motorcycle gang rivalries that spill into public spaces. According to the investigators, the altercation unfolded when rival motorcycle club members crossed paths in the Wawa parking lot, triggering a confrontation that escalated into violence. Authorities allege members of the Pagans aggressively moved in on the rival bikers, turning a crowded parking lot into a chaotic scene and endangering employees, customers, and passing motorists. Santos, 35 years old, of Norristown, was among several Pagan members charged following the incident. Prosecutors have described as a clash as part of a broader culture of territorial enforcement and intimidation commonly associated with outlaw motorcycle gangs. And remember, this isn't me talking. This is the article. Like, obviously, they're motorcycle clubs, right? And I mean, other people have a different outlook on it, but I believe their motorcycle clubs and certain individuals get involved with some shit that still doesn't mean it's a gang, because gangs are different. Gangs funnel the money to the top. You only join it to get involved with criminal activity. I didn't join a street gang for brotherhood. Like, I mean, I joined it to be accepted into this thing, right? But I didn't, we didn't have our common thing was crime. It wasn't anything else. So, that's what you join a gang for. These people are in motorcycle clubs. So them calling them gangs is just, I think it's stupid. They do it so they get more money from the police to investigate. That's why they do this. I mean, the more money that they can get to investigate these guys, the more they'll keep dropping the gang, the biker war, the this, the that. So while court officials have not yet publicly released full details surrounding Santos' sentencing agreement, the plea represents a significant step in the prosecution's ongoing effort to resolve the sprawling case. But I wonder, because a lot of these people that already pled guilty, they didn't get much time. A lot of them are out of jail. Most of them. I mean, pretty much all of them with the X's are out of jail. So, I mean, are these guys that are left, are they going to be stuck holding the bag? They're all going to get significant prison time? I don't understand. Why would they put that all on certain individuals if they were all there and all responsible, right? Because the trial is coming up. It's in 2 more days. It starts on the 17th. So the Wawa confrontation has already drawn widespread attention because of its violent nature and sheer number of people allegedly placed at risk during the incident. Investigators previously stated that surveillance video shows a group of bikers moving collectively and aggressively towards rival club members before violence erupted. Authorities say the case highlights how outlaw motorcycle gang conflicts can rapidly escalate in everyday public locations, placing innocent civilians directly in danger. For law enforcement, the guilty plea is another acknowledgement of organized nature of the confrontation. For the community, it remains a reminder that even ordinary places like gas stations, convenience stores, parking lots, late night coffee shops can suddenly become the backdrop for violent underworld rivalries. And for Manuel Machete Santos, the courtroom now replaces the parking lot, where prosecutors say loyalty to the club crossed into criminal violence. So what do you guys think of this case? And what do you think will happen with all of this? Do you think the other guys will get significant time in prison? Because most of these people that pleaded guilty got to walk out of prison. They got like time served. They got a lot of time suspended, maybe 24 months or something. Not that much time compared to the time they could have got if they took it all the way to trial. But they got 4 people left, right? Got 4 people left that are probably looking at significant time in prison. I mean, 10 plus years. So we'll see what happens. And are they going to let everyone plead out to the same thing that all these other guys already pleaded out to? Or are they going to try to really hold them accountable, but not the other people? It's just weird. Pressure on individuals, how crack in the shield form. Definitely right about that. Jason says, I wonder who the rats are in the group. Like and subscribe to the channel. It helps Staxx's channel. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate that. Is your monitor and take control of the vehicle against you will. Charles, how you doing? Listen, some people overdo it. They think they have control of the bikes, and they just don't, you know? They Superman the shit into something, or... I mean, that happens every day, right? Let me read some of these comments. So is gang activity not considered a gang? DSS. It's just because it said to be a brotherhood makes it a club. I mean, is the Illuminati a gang? I mean, so if someone in church gets arrested and convicted of something, does that make the church responsible? Not really. You're a part of a church. So what? Certain people hang out together and they're part of the same church. Does that make the church a criminal organization? No, it doesn't. So I don't know how they can just label these guys criminals when they're not. They're just not. We know everyone that joins a motorcycle club is not a criminal. But other people say different. They say everyone that joins a 1% club is a criminal. Make sure you watch the interview tonight. Hey, Johnny Weed Seed, how you doing? Make sure you watch the interview tonight with former undercover from Canada, and he explains a whole different aspect of things. Definitely has a different outlook on it than I do. And he thinks that anyone that joins a 1% club is involved with criminal activity. I told him that's just not the case. I don't know where you come up with this shit, but it's definitely not the case. Everyone that joins a 1% club is not involved with criminal activity. It's just not. It's not about being a criminal. It's about the word outlaw. And that's why they don't like it, I think. It's taken out of context. 100%. Craig, how you doing? I mean, a lot of these people that are in these clubs have jobs. They have families. Like, it makes them no different than the normal person. They just want to be left alone. That's what it means. Like, but the police and the fucking media want to spin it like, oh, they're just criminals. They joined a criminal organization. They're just criminals. That's the way they look at it. And they want to get more money so they can investigate these guys. And it's just crazy. But I want to know what your thoughts are. Make sure you put your thoughts in the comments. And a lot of great interviews dropping. I was 6 years old in 1984. We got another interview, and this one's with Tweaker TV. That one's going to be dropping soon, too. It's pretty funny. So this woman was dealing with some tweakers next door to her house. And this woman that lived next door to her house, she had a Ring doorbell camera. So she has it all caught on tape. And during the interview, I play some of the tapes. And the woman next door starts bringing car doors and bumpers and shit into her apartment. It's pretty funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. But stay tuned for that interview with Tweaker TV. We got the new interview dropping with Harley Gwindon coming up. We got Jimmy Maxwell, got Scott Anthony. There's a lot of interviews with Jimmy, former Twin Outlaw Brotherhood member. There's one with Chris. That's Chris on the right. And who's that on the left? Can anybody guess? To me, 1%ers like Jesse James, Billy the Kid, would be riding Harley if they had them. 100% they would. Pee-wee's in the middle, you see him? Damn right. That's Willie, man. That's him and Willie. So that's Chris on the right. We got another interview with Chris dropping. Got a lot of dope interviews lined up, so stay tuned. I hope you guys like this content. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister, friend about Chattin With Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you want to donate to the show, you hit up the Cash App, Chattin With Staxx. Or you can hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle. I put every dollar that you donate right back into the show to bring you the dopest content possible. If you want to tell your story on Chattin With Staxx, just hit me up on Facebook or email me at billstaxx2021@gmail.com. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you taking the time. Ken, what's going on? Hope you guys have a great Friday. Stay safe this weekend. And some real dope content is on the way. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.